Hey, my friends, welcome to Keepin It Real. I'm Danny B, and of course, this is the lovely and patriotic Jamie B. Spring fever is in the air, especially on the campuses on the East Coast and the West Coast. Jamie, we were just talking about spring fever, and we're having a little bout with it ourselves. So
campuses, I'm having it here in my own home. My husband and my kids are driving me crazy. I can't wait. I want to run off with the cats and have 10 cat babies.
Cat scratch fever?
Yes, I'm definitely having it.
Yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, and I just wish that, and Jamie and I have an announcement to make later on. Whether you agree or not, we have an announcement to make, and we'll
get back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. Also, Jamie's got something cooking on the stove, and if you were a big fan of her ravioli soup, you're really going to love this recipe. Last week, I should say, she featured her lemon chicken dish with the broccoli.
Yeah.
And again, not all of the dishes are completely healthy. It's a balanced meal that you make, basically. It's simple.
I don't claim to be healthy.
No, you don't. But a lot of this stuff you do make, it can be
on the healthier side.
You can curb some of the ingredients. Like with today's recipe, there's some options. But again, if you were a fan of her ravioli soup, which, the video did well, and Jamie, that video was very good.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. That was amazing. Yeah. I can't believe I got all those views on YouTube.
And you're just getting started. And again,
it's exciting.
We really appreciate if you subscribe to our channel, give us a little love. And again, we'll return recipes every week.
Yeah. You know what? I always did call that my famous ravioli soup.
Did.
So it's not really shocking to me that people are really interested in that recipe because it is so easy and it's so delicious.
The ravioli soup.
And
again, that was a hit. You can also make it with the turkey, which you said the sausage wasn't as good.
Listen, be playful with it. Change things up. Try it. You never know.
The sausage in it for the flavor, though. That's where it comes from.
They do sell a spicy turkey sausage. Yeah,
okay.
They do.
It's not the same. You've only made that a handful of times.
Right.
But again, hold tight. You're going to love today's dish. Again, spring fever's in the air. The weather's finally getting nice as we're recording. And again, we do this show on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Today is Tuesday, and a beautiful day. So I'm grateful for that because we haven't had a lot. Seemed like it was nicer weather in the winter, right?
Yeah, I think
once
everybody.
Spring came, it started getting gloomy, But if you look back over the last several Aprils, it hasn't been really spring-like.
In Pennsylvania, yes.
In Pennsylvania, I should say.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
That's why people go to Florida and, nice weather, San Diego.
So, you know what?
Although everyone's fleeing from California.
California at one time, and I loved it at one time in the early 80s, and I lived there 3 different occasions. It was the place to be. Now I don't even want to go out there. I mean, honestly, and it's a shame because it is a beautiful state.
Well, Lake Tahoe is on my bucket list.
That is, and
I'm hoping to get there next year.
Oh, I thought you wanted to go to Vegas for Jaden's birthday.
Yeah, and then go to Lake Tahoe from there. Yes, I want to do a big shindig.
And how much time are we allocating towards this thing?
You're staying home with the cats.
I'm not big on flying. I mean, I'm definitely not going on any Boeing planes.
You ain't going with us. You're staying home.
Jace? Me and Jace got to go somewhere?
Yeah, you guys can do your thing.
Oh, God.
I'm going. Yeah.
Well, we'll figure that out.
I look forward to it. Yeah, but anyway, that's on my bucket list for sure.
I haven't been. We went to Vegas last. What was it? 2011.
It's been a while.
No, 2013. 2013.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Great
we had a good time.
out. Yeah, great time out there.
We stayed at the Golden Nugget, and
I like the older part of town.
I did
like
too. I thought that was because we did a limo drive around sightseeing.
That was
Danny
nice.
got us a limo
Mob
for the
museum.
day.
We went to the Mob Museum.
Yeah, so we did a bunch of different things, and it was really cool. But I just love to be in the old district, or what do they call that? The downtown district, or what do they call that? Something district, something.
Yeah,
right?
they know what we're talking about.
But that was really
fun down there.
And
Fremont district or something like that.
Fremont Street. Yeah. We stayed, right in that area.
But yeah, it's time for a visit. But
everything on there is everything is sex, solicit sex, gambling, drugs, alcohol. I mean, it's that's why it's called Vegas. Sin City, right?
You act like you're shocked over that.
I know, but you're walking around with your little kids, and you're you see in the magazines they have those those booth things sitting there, and everything's soliciting, call me, and I'm sure now it's like different because now you have all these dating apps or like I'm sure there's an app
Vegas,
to
if
find
you remember years ago, Mike, weed in Vegas was taboo. You get caught with a joint there in the 80s, they would have scary commercials too. You're in a hotel room, they tell you, this ain't California, this is Vegas. You get caught with one joint and they show you pictures of the doors slamming, ka-choon, ka-choon.
Oh, geez.
Now it's like, and I haven't been since legalization.
Is it legal in Las Vegas?
Yeah, it's like recreational now.
Oh, wow. Is it really?
Yeah, it's been that way for a bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Yeah. It's been a while since we were there. So now it's going to be sex, drugs, alcohol,
It always
weed.
has been, though.
Yeah. Gambling, for
but
sure.
But they were very hard on that back in the day. But everything's changing. The world's changing. And that's why Jamie and I have an announcement to make. We're thinking about, and again, we're toying with it. We're thinking about going into politics. We really are.
Okay.
I don't know if it's possible. I don't know, maybe just because I'm too old or maybe because of other things. But
you're going to run for office?
I don't think I'm running.
What office are you going to sit?
Well, if I'm not the president, I ain't doing shit. Yeah. If I got to be the shot caller, but you can be my VP.
Yeah, all right.
No, honestly, if there's really, I want to run for something. I want to run away from all this crazy shit. If I'm going to run for something, I'm running like and I can still run fast.
Oh, really?
One thing I was good at I'm still quick for my age, and I'm a good sprinter. Yeah, I always was known for my speed and agility and hard to tackle. I had more moves than X-Lax, Mike. You know what that?
Jeez.
And that works pretty fast. But no, the world has definitely lost its mind, and I think we all need to just figure this shit out. And I'm going to kind of leave it at that. You see the flag, so obviously...
Like Rodney King, can't we all just get along?
Oh, please, I don't even want to go there, because I was in a situation when that was going on. It wasn't good. But anyway, obviously you see that we stand for the flag. We're sitting right now, but
we are patriotic.
We are very.
Yes.
I'm a military guy. My brother, 30-year man. And my grandfather, World War II.
Thank you to everyone that has served our country.
Cops, all your first responders.
We definitely salute you all.
Absolutely.
We will always stand for the national anthem. We'll always stand for the pledge.
Trump was in town not too long ago in Schnecksville, right?
Yeah, he was. Well, I mean, in Pennsylvania, that's the heart of Trump.
One of the guys, he's a cop that was injured on the force. He got shot. He survived, and he shot back. He didn't kill the guy, and anyway, he's not the same. He's also a war veteran. He actually did the Pledge of Allegiance there.
Oh, I know. You were telling me about that. That's fantastic.
Sergeant Dave, I can't think of his last name, but he runs a group for veterans, and...
Well, there's so many people that like they have that honor and respect about them.
Especially servicemen.
It's in their heart, it's in their soul. Like they'll do anything to protect their country.
Well, you know what? I wasn't in war, thank goodness,
No, you've never been in a situation where...
No, we were close.
Although you were shot and stabbed in your life, right? But that's a whole other situation.
That had nothing to do with the military.
Yeah.
It was more scarier there.
Okay.
I was in the military during the Cold War. I was in Germany during the Cold War. And we also had the Iran conflict then when the hostages... And here we are again, all these years later.
Right.
We were on alert because I was with the 101st Airborne, so we had a little taste. And we were excited to go because we used to sing songs. They had songs, chants, and I think we became enemies with Iran in 79 is when the friction started, something like that. That's when the year we joined, all of our friends, most of them anyway. But getting back to
that was an honorable thing to do then, right? Like if you weren't going to college, which most people didn't.
A common
so there's
thing.
Like a huge gap in between.
I think we had more pride back then. I don't want to say that today they don't because they definitely do. But we went in for the right reasons. We went in for the right reasons.
You guys were also, made to work very hard for what you wanted. You weren't just given, like your parents didn't baby you. They didn't wipe your ass.
That's true.
Like at a young age, you were like doing stuff around the house and your parents would be like, get out and don't come back until it's dark.
The stuff that I had to do just to get $3 a week is another story at home.
It's a different generation.
If I was allowed out on the weekends, I was a built-in babysitter.
College wasn't always such an option for. I mean, I know, like even in my mom's generation, so people that are in their 70s and 80s,
college
like they
I'll tell you what, it's overrated.
But they didn't even get to graduate from high school. Like they had to drop out to
school. They made it to 6th, 7th
take
grade,
care of their
8th grade
families
if they were lucky. But to be honest with you, I'd rather see our kids go to a trade school than pay $80,000 a year and have to still go online because it's not out safe on campus. So
well, actually, one of my clients, their son, one of their kids is off in college, and they're waiting for the next to go, and they're kind of like, we got to pay all this money, and sometimes parents aren't really convinced that their kids are going for what they're saying they're going or wanting to do at that time, and then they're going to get into financial debt, and
no, not
and
always, not now. Now you just get forgiven. It's forgiven.
Yeah,
it's
that's
gone.
not a definite. That's not definite. And I think you had to have a loan out for a certain amount of time. I don't know what's in that.
I don't even know if that's going to be upheld. Again, I don't want to really dig into it, but again, the flag means a lot to us, a military guy, your family too. You had a bunch of uncles, Vietnam, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Every time I go to see your uncles and your family at the cemetery, there are all the flags. So just rep Phillipsburg.
Yeah.
So many veterans just from your community.
They just don't make them like they used to.
No, they don't. But you know what?
Don't.
It's the ones that served recently in the wars. It's different type of wars. Vietnam War was different from the Gulf.
Yeah, but people a lot of
World War II, obviously.
A lot of men and women suffer from PTSD.
Yep.
From what they've seen from being in war and stuff, and I can only imagine. I mean, I know because I'm like a big Dateline, watcher all these murder. Yeah, I know it's shocking, right? But
did not know that.
You'll see police investigators coming in on a scene, and it's like they cry. Even years later, talking about what they seen that day. So I can only imagine, and that's what obviously they see it often, different stuff, but what they see in war and being out there with that's why they get so close to their brothers and sisters, that they're fellow, they're soldiers. They're fellow soldiers.
I watched a guy shoot himself
because that's their family.
I never seen anybody die in war.
Yeah,
I say in war. I watched somebody shoot himself with an M16, cleaning what he thought was a clean, something was in the chamber. It was it went right through it, and boom, and it ripped the M16. So, and that flesh, boom, right out at the boot. And that was pretty scary to see that. But
that is scary. Yeah.
But I can only imagine watching somebody die in your hands, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just the sound, just the whole. I mean,
I think a lot of men and women.
That's what pisses me off again. It's just these guys, these girls that put their lives on the line. This flag means something to them, and the people that would sit out there and burn it. I mean, just think twice about that. That's all I'll say about that.
Well, anything with the protesting, I definitely think that you can, get your point across without burning the American flag. Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely think that you can do that.
But again, stand for any. I'm sure I got the Yankee hat on. I'm sure this hat is definitely more fitting. Last week I wore the Boston hat, and I got some hate mail.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
I always get a little hate, man.
They don't like Boston.
B is for Biancullo. Listen, Boston.
Why don't people like Boston?
Just the rivalry. We have the NFL draft, which is something that happens Thursday night.
Okay.
The first of 3 days of drafting.
That's exciting, right?
It is. There's some big name quarterbacks out there, and one of our local friends, Chris Gaynor.
I was just gonna say
his son was the center for Drake May for a couple of years down in North Carolina. He's expected to go in the top 5 picks. So quite an honor.
So he might be.
He's
named?
Possible.
Wow.
No. He's the center.
Okay.
For the quarterback.
Yes.
That's going high in the draft.
Oh, okay.
The son.
Okay, yes. Gotcha.
Is the center. He snaps it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The quarterback throws it.
So the quarterback is the one that's...
The quarterback.
Okay.
Well, I feel like doing a sket with you, who's on first, what's on. All these years, I still got to,
Probably because it goes in one ear and out the other.
Now.
Let's talk about food and shopping and vacation, spending money.
Yeah, it's like money. Money goes in one hand and comes right out the other,
when we're talking
if we're talking about in and out, that's another topic we can discuss. But anyway,
money, everything. You go to the store.
It's Entenmann cake, $8.49. It used to be like $3.
I thought Danny was going to take the cake and throw it.
I was pissed.
It's like, what?
I'd rather go to a local bakery.
Yeah, people go to your local bakeries and
you're getting better
local
product. Yeah, yes. I mean, I looked at that, and who doesn't like Entenmann's? It's like great. They're great, but not at that price. No. You're like, no way.
Even olive oils. I mean, they're like $25 for a big container of them now. Like they used to be $10, $15. Now it's $25.
Double.
Everything's
crazy. More than double. Olive oil. Who went on? One of the comedians, Vic Diabetto. Diabetto, is that his name? He's fucking. I love him. He makes me. He's coming down to the Wind Creek. We got to go see him.
I know. Is that the one you were saying? We got to go and see him.
I love him. I love his Staten Island. Long Island, rather.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Oh,
Is he funny in person?
He came into the studio? How was he?
He's awesome.
Is he as funny in person, or is that...
Yeah.
So he doesn't come down. That's him.
That's him. Yeah.
And him and Joey were so funny together.
Well, I can imagine. I mean, me and Coco had some nice shows together. I missed it. Yeah,
you're witty. Nice. You can go tit for tat.
Well, I've been on radio for 30 years, and not that I can hold my own. And
right.
I can never. I don't think
you could be a comedian. Danny.
Listen, that's a whole different ball game. Getting on stage, I ain't gonna say that. What Coco does is it's
Danny get on stage and get mean.
You know what though? A couple of drinks, you never know what to expect. Yeah. But no, what Coco's done.
You're definitely not going to be.
I don't think I could do that. I can make a room laugh. I can have people laughing like that. But it's not the same. When that takes a lot of balls, and not for nothing, he's on the road Thursday to Sunday all the years. So that takes a special. That's a gift or dedication, like bodybuilders. One of your friends, Jody Krause.
Yeah,
he's 51 years.
He looks fantastic. Yeah, every time I see him, I always think Iron Man. He looks just like Iron Man. He's never been out of shape.
That is a lifestyle. That's a dedication, and I'm not the most disciplined person in the world. I don't have that in me to say sometimes I don't want to do anything like.
I follow a couple of people.
I don't have that discipline. If I don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to go to the gym and I ain't going.
Right.
If I don't want to do this, I ain't doing it.
You don't have that discipline. Or you don't have the desire to have that discipline. Yeah. Well, I follow a few guys on social media that they talk about their fitness. They're in the bodybuilding or personal trainer. And they came from addiction and stuff, going down the wrong road, maybe drinking too much, doing drugs, whatever, like living the bad, fast life. And this bodybuilding really helped them to stay focused and do really well in their life. And like in all aspects, not just like bodybuilding, Right.
It keeps you busy, keeps your mind occupied, and gives you purpose.
Yeah, it gives you purpose.
And that is a lot.
And every day is, because if you don't have that, then you get lost on like, okay, what do I do today? Do I drink?
Right. And a lot of the
that sounds like? Don't take advice from us.
When I go to the gym, you know what I'm doing? I look at the clock, the big
Danny's
clock.
Danny's like pumping.
I'm looking at that thing. I say, is it 20?
Is it too early to day drink?
No.
Oh.
Just no respect. No fucking respect.
Okay, tell me. Sorry.
She gets a fucking couple of thousand views, and right away she's got her own show. She's got a contract. She's threatening to leave the show.
Oh, okay.
You can.
That's not me. That's you. You're the one who's throwing.
Listen, I'm very happy watching you make money. I'll sit back. Okay. If there's a way you can do this and make money, go help yourself. I was talking about when I get to the gym. I look at the clock and I'm like, I start looking. It's only 10 minutes, 12 minutes. I feel pumped up because to me, you can get as much done in 10 to 12 minutes, 50 if you don't stop. And because to me, your muscle can only get so pumped,
right?
Unless it breaks and blows up all. And I think that happened to somebody one time.
Well, I do notice. I don't know if they do.
I can't stand it. 20 minutes is enough. Half hour.
If they do their cardio outside of the gym, but I do see a lot of people that are like into the bodybuilding and stuff. They don't really have too much cardio going on. And I know a lot of people, especially these days, are like, "Oh, you don't need all the cardio," but like you kind of do for your heart. You don't need the cardio to say building your muscle and stuff, but you need that for your heart. You definitely need that at least 30 minutes a day. And your heart doctor said everybody should focus on getting that heart rate up over 100 and stay there. Ideally, like 120.
That by just getting angry every day
for a half hour, and do that for a half hour 5 days a week.
I just get angry. And that gets me right up to the heartbeat.
Yeah, it got you a fucking heart attack too.
No, that wasn't what happened.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't. I was taking. No, that wasn't. And I still question that heart attack. I still have to question that.
Well, that's another topic that we're not going to go down to the heart attack.
I don't know. I have my own theory. I'm a big conspiracy guy.
Well, no one wants to believe something's going on with them,
I was ready to leave at 6 o'clock that night. Yeah. I didn't even think I said, I don't know, especially when the nurse...
Well,
we talked about that in the first show.
Let's actually talk about it real quick because this is red flags because people have said, oh, I felt this way. I never...
Don't put the whammy on me now.
They could be subtle. No, actually, you know what? I think you got locked out because they went up and seen all your stuff and like they know where you're clogged and where you're not. Yeah. So they know and like other people.
Did they know? It took them 3 hours instead of 45 fucking minutes to find.
Attack.
If they knew so much, they would have found it in 45 minutes, not 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, there you go.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, anyway, what's our next topic that we're going to go on to?
Our next topic is, you wanted to go off on us. You're tired of being at home all the time. You're tired of the weather.
Well, because it's just
you're
like, I feel like my
kids.
life wraps around my family.
You're tired of waking Jace up and get out of bed. It's time. God help us next year when high school starts.
Oh, there's times where I'm like, man, single people that never had kids, never got married, they start like, oh, no, you're living your best life. You're keep doing it. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. You don't have someone bitching about this, bitching about that. I got to bite my tongue all the time because I don't even want to argue with no one anymore. So I'm, you're right. Okay. I just yes everyone to death. I don't want to argue with anybody anymore. I just want to be like,
no, the kids, you can't win the argument.
Yeah.
I'm beyond arguing with them. And,
the kids just absolutely, please. Mike, the kids, I have no pity for him.
He's just getting started.
It's just different stages
he's just
too.
He's at a good stage.
Yeah.
He's still.
The last couple of years, I have not been able to
sleep, think,
everything.
Anything.
Yes. No. Right. Yes.
Wait till they want you to drive him around all day.
Oh yeah, it's
wait till they want this and they want that.
Sports. This. He's front. I mean, he'll text me. Oh, can I go do this? And I can do this. Later. I'm like, no, I can't keep doing all this in between of the things that I'm trying to do.
After a long day, he's texting you like 7 o'clock at night. Will you take me to the fishing hole?
Yeah, we had a long day. Can I go fishing? Like, no.
He thinks he's Opie.
Yeah.
Opie Taylor. I'm telling you what. If he's not playing, he's keeping busy though. He's working. So we got to be grateful.
The balance
he's not out hanging out doing stuff that I did at his age. So I am very grateful for that. So. Thank God for our neighborhood. And speaking of neighborhoods, North Bergen, I love all you guys and everything. Ciccarelli, you got to let go. That place is not what it was.
No.
See that? We all want to remember what was. And that was a wonderful place to be raised as a kid. We had a great childhood, great friends, but it ain't North Bergen, so let it go. Yeah. That's all I'll say about that.
Well, he loves that Ciccarelli.
Some people won't let go, but there are some people still left in the neighborhood. I think Mikey, Edla, Abe Garcia, I'm not sure about that. Ciccarelli don't even live in North Bergen, but his mom does. But it's a shame because that at one time was the best place to be raised.
Yeah.
Coco wrote about it in his book. He wrote, you've heard stories about North Bergen, Mike, just from listening to Coco all the years. You were a fan before you even became his graphic and his podcast guy.
Well, I grew up in Peaburg, and it sucked. And all my friends I had growing up, we all, had daddy issues. So, we would all do shit to each other and, be, not good friends. And Peaburg, Phillipsburg, the Berg. I mean, it just was,
a lot of names.
I really don't have that many. Unfortunately, I really don't have that many great memories as childhood friendships and stuff like that.
Not friendships maybe, but your mom, you had a good thing. Your mom did her best. You guys had a good life. Your uncles have a legacy there. I mean, they own one of the bigger gas stations in Phillipsburg. Everybody knows them. So
the service center.
Your grandfather, I commend you, sir. Right, exactly. I never got a chance to meet you. You died well before I met you. I did meet your grandmother. She was the rock.
I miss my Nana so much.
She was sweet. She was a sweet. What'd she have?
She's just so funny.
Kids.
Yeah, 14, 7 boys, 7 girls.
She lived to 86, maybe?
We were just talking about, because my grandmother was so super spoiled.
Talk about my grandfather. Old school, definitely you don't.
No, you don't dare sit on her seat. She had her seat in the kitchen. That's grandma's seat. You don't sit there. You don't say certain things in front of your grandmother. I did as I got older, and my mom would be like, Jamie Lynn, your grandmother. I'm like,
came to our wedding. She made our wedding.
Yeah, she did. That was really special. Yeah. But she was so spoiled because she went through a lot, and she had, I think
she had enough kids to take care of her. There was so many.
She gave birth all at home, except her last 2 kids.
Gave birth at home. Imagine.
But they all spoiled only rightfully so. My grandmother definitely deserved
anything after 3 or 4, you get bow down.
But my grandmother was scared to go. And as she got older, my grandmother had the means. My grandfather built this business and everything, but my grandmother was scared of everything. When I get my paranoid stuff from my mom, I get it from my grandmother. When people
God help me, because
after my grandfather died, all the siblings made sure they spent the night with my grandmother. So she never ever spent a night alone. So after my grandfather died, because he made all the kids promise, you're taking care of your not only each other but your grandmother,
and they sure
your
did.
Mom, and they sure did. So I mean, if it rains, thunderstorm, everyone, we're going to Graham's because you'd have to go there and like sit with her and she'd be like, oh my God. We're like, Graham, it's okay. But she'd be like, and then the one year a freaking tree branch came down on her. We're like, oh my God. Like, it was bad. Graham's like, I ain't going nowhere.
Well, you know what?
She was the best.
You have a great
She's
family.
really
you have a huge family, and I have a big family as well. But unfortunately, we didn't have that bond. And
that was like probably the best memory of my childhood. Is that always everyone, and this is what I miss so much, going to Graham's house. You know, because we all lived in town and stuff. Like, and even if someone just only lived over in Easton, wasn't that far away. But you know, everybody would like meet at Grandma's and see everybody.
They wrote a song about our house. It was called Our House by what was that? What was it? Our house in the middle of the. Yeah. Who sang that? Yeah, it was always something going on, and it was usually Our House.
Right.
Who sang that song? It was an English group. One of the MTV songs back in the day. But I look back and I think about everything. Our House was crazy. I think it was the Madhouse by Our House by whatever.
I think so. Yeah.
They get it. But so you have good memories.
That would be my best memories.
My memories were, I had certain memories that were really good, but most of it was I couldn't wait to grow up and leave. And I think that's true for all of us.
Well, yeah, because when you don't have a happy childhood,
Speaking of leaving, we got to go check on the recipe here.
Yeah, we
do. We have to check on
Actually, I feel the place getting heated up here. Yeah, it's like gross. It smells good, right?
It smells like it's time to see what's going on and what's cooking, Jay.
Yeah, what's cooking? You'll find out. You got to watch it.
Jamie and I both want to say thanks for the support and especially for her What's Cooking Jay segment. I mean, that you can do good with this thing. I might have to take a step back.
I don't even know. Danny kind of like threw me out with this. Threw me out there.
Get out, bitch. Go.
Threw me out there with this segment, and I was like, I don't even know what, and I still kind of like,
You're doing good.
Each week I feel like I'm getting better and better at it and like realizing, what I can make out of it. And, it's exciting because it's like making me think outside of the box that I live in as well. Because I was a housewife for a really long time, Mom.
You're not no more.
And
you're not a housewife no more.
I'm venturing outside of that, Danny. So you better be careful. But Danny tells me I only have 3 more years and then I'm going to be washed up. This is what he tells me on the side. He says how pretty I am and how nice I am.
I did not say that.
But when we're off camera, he's like, 3 more years. Ain't nobody going to want you. You're going to be washed up. He tries to like push me down, like no one. I'm like, oh really?
I did not. First of all,
that's when I open up my OnlyFans page.
Only what?
OnlyFans
only one
page.
Fan?
No, OnlyFans.
One fan.
Wait, what is it called? OnlyFans. OnlyFans. Yeah, I'm gonna get OnlyFans.
Anyway,
Denise Richards, she makes $2 million a month off of that.
Okay,
that's a lot of money. And her feet. Oh, I got good feet.
Yeah, they do.
Except my vitiligo. Kind of.
I
could tan them. That could be a thing. Yeah, that could be a thing.
Well, anyway,
all right, so we're
if you loved or enjoyed Jamie's ravioli soup, hold tight. We're going to head on into the kitchen. Jamie, take it away. Thanks for joining us.
We're going to be making some delicious roasted. You got to stand by and see.
Thanks, everybody.
It's time to get cooking with What's Cooking Jay. Grab a spatula, get ready to sway. Come on and cook with Jay, cook with Jay.
Hey everyone, welcome back to What's Cooking Jay. I'm Jamie Biancullo, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a roasted veggie garden ravioli. And I have a bunch of great ingredients that are going to go into this. I guess it's not really called a soupy, and it's not a sauce. It's roasted vegetables over the Rana raviolis, which I don't know if everybody has tried these yet, but they are fantastic. This is my favorite flavor, the spinach and ricotta. I love this one. I always say this is kind of like a healthy, not so healthy meal because obviously the veggies are healthy, but sometimes the Ranas, they might be a little much, but I love my carbs, as everyone always knows that about me because I talk about loving carbs, butter, sugar, all that. Love it. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this. It's a really simple recipe. I've been making it for a while now. And I actually made this with, you can, if you want to be super healthy, grill some chicken up. You can put it on other pastas. It's really great. It has a great flavor. So these are the Ranas, and This takes all the vegetables in the oven. You're gonna cook at 400, and it will take about an hour to make these, to soften them up. So what you're gonna need is, well, actually whatever vegetables you wanna use. These are the ones that I like making it with. I love using the asparagus. I use the Wild Wonders, the small tomatoes. I clean them like I do all my vegetables, and I cut them in half. I like using onion, red onion, so I just use one whole onion sliced for this. A clove of garlic or 2 cloves of garlic. I also like doing the baby bell peppers, but you can use like regular peppers, whatever peppers that you get. And you're just you're gonna use your Reynolds wrap or whatever wrap foil that you got. I know everything's so expensive these days, so whatever store brand that you get is fine. I use that as well. So you're just gonna put your foil out, layer it with 2 pieces. You're gonna put that all in, all the vegetables are gonna go in there. So I'm gonna start, I sliced up some of my stuff, so I'm gonna start just putting it in so I can slice up the other vegetables that I have here. I have these peppers going in, and the tomatoes. I did save my slicing and the dicing because I know Mike says he likes that. And I already washed my tomatoes, and interesting, I don't know why, but every time I buy these tomatoes, I'll put them into the refrigerator. I don't know why I don't buy them in the refrigerator, but like my instinct is to put them in the refrigerator. And as I'm reading this today, it says make sure you wash them, obviously, but don't put them in the refrigerator. So I learned something new today, actually. So I just cut these all in half. This is basically all your chopping is your, the time consuming with this meal, but it's a great meal. It's healthier. It's definitely filling, and I feel like this is what I talk about with everything in moderation. Because you got your vegetables, you got your pasta, and I think it definitely hits that naughty side. Everybody wants to be naughty. Like you can't be good all the time, so everything has to be in moderation. So we just chop those right in half. Yeah, if you get sweet tomatoes, whatever small tomatoes that you get, you just chop them in half to put them in there. Okay, let's keep chopping these. And this will cook. We're gonna put this, bake it in the oven, roast it, bake it for about an hour, or to whatever, if you don't like them to be more cooked down, then maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. I like them a little more cooked down. And okay, we're just gonna keep, whoop, that's squirting. Did you get that? Yep. That's funny. Okay. Now with all my portions and my ingredients and everything, I don't have the exact measurements. And I was watching the videos back and I keep saying, double the portion. I'm like, that's not what I should be saying. I should be saying double the ingredients. But I also talk about how a lot of the things I say you may have to interpret. So hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about when I say those type of things. Okay, so we're gonna get these tomatoes in here. We're gonna put all this, and this goes pretty far as well. So this is like a good meal for 4 people for sure. We're gonna slice, this gets all a little slimy, a little slippery here. So you just slice them. Now I'm not a professional slicer or anything, so whatever skills that you got, that's how you do it, however you like to slice them. I also talk about, I like all my vegetables, everything sliced thin. So that's how I do all my meats, all my vegetables. I just like it sliced thinly. If you like it thicker, however you like to do it, then that's how you do it. This is everything that I make. All my recipes are, basically add your touches to it. This is just like, hey, this is a good idea for a meal. And this is actually something you could actually make these vegetables up earlier in the day. Like if you were going to work and you wanted to make this when you got home, do it before you got work and put it all together and save it for when you get home. And it's a quick, something to throw in, healthy. I know everybody's always looking for the healthy food. Okay, so we're gonna put this, I'm gonna slice you can use whatever onion. I like the red onion in this, but you got sweet onions, whatever onions you got, you put them in there. Now the asparagus. Okay, so asparagus, I feel like, especially with cutting it, right? I feel like this part of the asparagus, the bottom of it, I don't like it, right? I've seen some people like chop it all the way and they use like everything. I don't. I always cut like basically in the middle, and then I just chop it all down. Whatever, however you want to chop it. I know people are probably going to watch these videos and be like, she's not holding that right, or she's going to hurt herself. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not skilled like that, but I've been doing pretty good. I get my own techniques. Everything I do my own way. When I work out, I have my own workout techniques and my own form. Everything I do is how I like to do it, what I'm comfortable with doing. So you just cut this down, and it goes like a pretty far. You can feed a few people with this, or I eat this for a few days. Yeah, look at that, that's great. So now I got all that in there, and I'm gonna chop up some garlic to put in there. And if you don't like garlic, you don't have to add it, but you know, I talk about my love for garlic, so I love garlic as well. Actually, I could really probably put 3-4 cloves in this and be happy, but I won't kill everybody with the garlic this week. I know with my chicken meatballs, I put a lot of garlic in them, but you know, absolutely love garlic. So I'm gonna put this, chop it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Put it in here. Put that all in there together. And then on the top of it as some spices, you always want to put salt, pepper. Now, if you don't use salt, you know, I guess you can do away with it. But I feel like, you know, my mother-in-law always taught me that the salt brings out the flavor in the food. So I don't know. I just feel like it does. And so I add it. I also, because, you know, I love garlic, I always add my garlic powder to everything. It might seem like a much for people, but it just, like, when you have a hard time with flavors and you can't taste certain things for whatever reason as you get older or whatever, like an intense taste like Cajun, garlic, those are things that you definitely want to add in with your food, because then you'll be able to taste it and it will be flavorful. And then I also add a little oregano in there. So your tomato, what's going to give you the juices is the tomato. And then I put you can use olive oil, or I'm going to use the extra virgin olive oil today. And I'm going to put this in here. Like I said, I don't have exact measurement, but you want to lube it up pretty good. So you're going to have a good sauce in there. And it's going to be light. And then all you do is, well, I'm going to mix this together. And then I'm going to close it, and I'm going to roast it in the oven at 400 look how beautiful that is, right? And this is great for like going into the spring, the summer. You want a light meal. Look how beautiful. And you can even, like I said, pair this with some grilled chicken, a steak. I know everybody likes steak on the grill. That would be great for that. It smells delicious already. So we're just gonna close this up, put it in the oven, and we'll bake this for an hour. And you wanna make sure this closes good, because it's gonna basically steam up in there and get them all cooked down and all nice. And so this goes in for about an hour. You can check on it in like 45 minutes, but I like it for about an hour. So we'll put that in there. All right, and then we'll come back, we'll let that cook down, and we'll come back in about an hour. Okay, my roasted veggie garden raviolis. Okay, that's been baked in the oven for an hour now. So we're gonna pull these out, and they should be ready. I'm gonna pull them out here. And sometimes you wanna use a few of the foil, maybe 4 pieces actually, so all that juice stays in there. Look, it's beautiful, right? So this is what I do. I make it in here in the foil. And then what I do is I come put it on this dish here so I can see it all and get it. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, look at that. Look, and then you just throw that away. All right, let's clean this up, and I'm going to show you guys how this looks all together with the raviolis. We're going to put it together. Look how beautiful that looks. Beautiful, right? Okay. So you want to put a few of the Rana raviolis. You can use any of their raviolis. I'll put 4, right? Because we'll do a little moderation here. And I'm actually going to need a spoon to get this out. I wasn't prepared for this part here. Look how beautiful that is. I could stare at that. It's like a artist, a picture. Okay, so we're just put this in here. Look how beautiful. Put a little juice. We like the juice. And we're always gonna add the Locatelli Parm cheese because that's my favorite. I will eat Parm cheese every single day. Okay, we're gonna put that on here. Beautiful, look at that. Thanks everybody, I hope you guys enjoy it, and thanks for all the love and support.
It's time to get cooking with what's cooking day. Grab the apron top that they get it ready to play. We're mixing our flavors, making magic on your plate. With every sizzle, every stir, it's gonna be great. Turn up the heat, let the music